now we're getting into practicality.
Right.
Because none of this, and you know, all this will be cut, but none of this means anything if we don't, and this coming from me because I'm the most ideological guy here. Once we start talking about this shit, practical means, everyday means, instead of just throwing, that's now where they have something to grab onto. So now we getting into the practicality of it.
Right. So, taking in what you were saying just now, all of that, and it's great because it's talking about positive things to promote, right? But now this is the seesaw of everything right here. Because on one hand, we're encouraging brothers to be there, to be those guys that are seen as reliable rocks, you know, having integrity, being honest, actually saying I love you and caring for your home and your wife and your children. But you guys mentioned the reward system. Based off of how we've been taught and grown up in our lives and in our culture, right? We're taught that when you do certain things, you get the girl. But integrity and stuff like that nowadays don't seem to get you in a relationship for you to even practice those things. And the women don't even want you now because, oh, bro, too soft. Or man, he had like a little female or whatever the case may be. You feel me? What is that man supposed to do now? Because now that turns around and encourages him to be that negative dude. You feel me? Because you know what I'm saying? So like, how do you get one end to become what they need to become and then get the other end to become what they need to become in order for this unison that you see right here, you know, to occur? Exactly. You feel me? Because if you're doing all the right things, but you're not valued for doing the right things, how do we change that value system? And vice versa. Because there are a lot of great young women out there in the world, bro, who they got their stuff in order. I ain't gonna lie to you, feel me? But at the same time, they're not valued themselves because they're not showing enough, or they're not putting out enough, or they're not, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever they gotta do to keep it due. You feel me? So how do we change this whole little this environment, bro, that's becoming toxic in its own way?
The answer to that question is, I simply put it as, know thyself. In order to be that kind of person, it takes a knowledge and understanding of self, and the knowledge and understanding of the self that is one with God. So when I speak of God, which is a part of the 7 parts of our culture is religion, business, media, arts and entertainment, family, education, and politics. That's the 7 pillars of culture. Spirituality needs to be present. Okay? If family is the center of a nation, spirituality is the center of a family. Okay? We have to understand that every black man, woman, and child in America, and I can't speak for abroad, but I can speak for in America, suffers from PTSD, post-traumatic slave disorder. We're all traumatized. We're all hurt. We're all wounded. We're all broken. Okay? The only thing that can heal you is getting alone with yourself and God. And now, to the level in which you allow God to teach you who He originally made you to be, you have to meet somebody on that same level.
Same level is right.
Black love can't be confused with any black man and any black woman will do. If we're talking about spirituality and we're talking about the biblical text, which was written in Ethiopia, which was written in Africa, the whole entire world, God created all man on the 6th day, but He made Eve special for Adam. So all of the people who are outside of your culture, they can tell you that I'm whole and complete within myself. I don't need nobody. I don't subscribe to the culture that I'm not whole and complete without somebody else. I'm God all to myself. Fuck them. That's not your culture. That's not where God put you. If God didn't put the black man in the Caucasus Mountains, then that's not your culture to subscribe to. Our culture said that you can be 100% of your half, but those halves must come together in order to support and strengthen each other. And that can't happen if you two guys are on different levels of consciousness. So if you are a brother who understands the necessity of taking care of your household and taking care of your children, you're a generational thinker. You understand that although your actions may not get immediate gratification because you're not doing the things that do, but you understand that your actions is going to build a generation, and your children and your grandchildren are going to create now the culture to where these things are normalized. And you get with a woman who's still on survival mode. Well, where the money at? Well, where the money? Well, listen, you know, we got to understand that. We got to take care of our children. Okay, look, don't preach to me. Where the money at? You're unequally yoked. So, understanding that all of this is energy fields interacting with each other. You knowing yourself. The more you know yourself and the more you become yourself, the stronger your magnet becomes to attract someone on the same level. And you have merely to be patient and wait. That's the reward system for knowing yourself. Because knowing yourself takes a lot of inner work. It takes facing your demons. It takes looking at the mirror and taking responsibility for the mistakes that we have made. That's hard. Because you got to deal with that shame and that guilt. And oh man, yeah, the white man created this system, but damn, I played the game. Oh, I'm such a bad person. Oh, I'm such a, oh, I'm such a, oh, I'm such a, oh, I'm such a. That's why you need God there, so that you can face those demons without condemning yourself.
Yeah.
But when you begin to do these inner work, yes, you can see it on an actual energy meter. Your energy field does begin to change. Your vibration begins to change. The color of your energy field begins to change. And now that woman who is all the way over here with a nice purple energy field, surrounded by grays and blacks, and the man who's all the way over here with a nice purple energy field surrounded by, the vibration is higher the more that you do the inner work. Yeah. And those two higher vibrations will begin to pull you through all of the BS together. So it takes knowledge of self, and then you have to meet somebody that is on that same level. I can love you as my black sister. I wouldn't date you, but I'm not going to be like, oh, that's a hoe or that's a bitch. No, you're my black sister. You have to be taught just like my children have to be taught. But that don't mean every black woman I meet I have to sleep with and they have to be a potential wife. No, you're my sister until you graduate to that level. So it all comes from knowledge of self. And when you know thyself, you can't be unequally yoked. And how do you know if you're unequally yoked on a simple level? Reciprocity. The love that I'm giving you, can you give it to me in return? No? Deal breaker number one. You're my sister.
I agree with everything you said. As far as like I always say, man, you lay the foundation. That's what the man do. And the thing about it, you gotta be knowledgeable, skillful, and have some wisdom about yourself. And then that comes with inner work. So, like you said, it's all about becoming that magnet to attract them.
Yeah.
See, y'all can use the money. Use the money to attract all the groupies and have all the girls. But when it comes to the spirituality of it, that thing now, when you attract that woman, and then it's your responsibility to mature her into the family style that your foundation is structured that you're making. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mature her into that fold, and you can do that. A lot of older women is understanding, a lot of younger women need the education. So you can mold your women into that, not trying to say, because I know that sound bad to women, but you know, if we gonna make it work, we gotta be able to, you gotta listen to them.
Iron sharpens iron.
No way in the world you gonna survive in a relationship if you don't listen to the man. Because I know women do the most talking, and they make the most sense in their eyes. But the man is there to lay the foundation. And the thing about it, in our black culture, even going back into tribal, marriage is a strong thing. People using marriage as partnerships now in a business relationship, and it makes sense in a capitalistic society. And they kind of derived it out of the tribal, because in the tribal marriage, the three things that was most important was you marry someone to first consolidate the wealth. That's what make a partnership fun. You got all this wealth. So first consolidate the wealth. My tribe got all this goats, and your tribe got all the sheep. So we consolidate the wealth. and then we settle old wars, old feuds between these tribes. Me marrying this person is going to calm down the hostility between these nations.
Right.
So that's what marriage was. And then the last thing is keeping the bloodline strong.
Right.
All us big, tall, and all y'all strong. You know, we made babies, and that's going to be a lineage of superheroes. You know what I'm saying? So that was what marriage was all about, outside of the love aspect. And once you start ingraining your partner into that, partner as in companion and spouse, I think that she will mature herself into the foundation that you set. And that's how I would see it. You know, because even if she's the breadwinner, you got to have those characteristics that she got to cling to, because she got to have a reason why all my money is my money and I want to spend it on this looking pretty. She got to have a reason why to invest in the house. You know, because she can always look pretty and always sell her yoni out there
by herself,
and be the queen king. So you know, and that just goes back into integrity. Once they see that foundation built on those things, then they're gonna be like, wow, I'm actually with them already, so that must make me a strong person. Because you got to be a strong person to be able to get in there and operate off those expectations.
And that alpha energy attracts. I know a lot of people have the assumption that nice guys finish last, so they like, all right, well, I don't feel like being a nice guy. It ain't about being a nice guy, it's about being a man. And that manly alpha energy, it attracts. It attracts. It attracts. Being that masculine, being that confident, knowing yourself, being that strength. You damn right it make women come to you. They're like, damn, you know. And it is a natural humbling. These aren't wives, these aren't, you know, the concubine culture, you know what I'm saying? But that would be where that concubine culture comes from. Because that male was so strong that he attracted, you know what I'm saying, this energy.
And we know that the statistics is, you know what I'm saying, more women than male on the planet. So you can help the fact that there's some concubine happening in that instance.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I condone it, you know what I'm saying, but you know, we get back to the natural of things, even the marriage. The marriage had strength in society because, okay, this is now a family unit that can now be an example to the nation. And now, you know what I'm saying? But if you're still single, you're not fit to hold a leadership role in the nation yet, because you might not be stable at home. You're going to bring your home problems to the office. You know what I'm saying? So these things were taken and plastidized, you know, made into what it is today. But all of these things come from actuality, that if we look at what it is today and be like, no, I'm not going to do it because what it is today, you won't see the original meaning and power behind it. And that's what African culture teaches. The original meaning and power behind behind the path of integrity. So, Lightworkers Podcast, getting it in, powerful conversations as usual. Okay, tune in. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it pushing. It's your boy, Brother Royce. One time, play your mind.
It's your boy, David Miller, Coach Arts Ambassador.
Hey, you know, right? Jair, the media guy. You feel me? Just here, having a great conversation. I'm blessed to be here. So, hopefully I see y'all soon, man. Let's stay up.
How about you, boy?
Yeah.
Powerful ass conversations, man. Yeah. Edit this shit. We good, man. Edit this shit. We good.